Okay, let's just jump right in. We're about to crack the code on how to nail a job interview. Now, the goal here isn't just to give you some canned scripted answers, it's to completely transform your whole approach so you actually understand what employers are really looking for. That's how you land the job you want.
And listen, you have to get this right, and you have to get it right fast, because according to hiring expert Layla Harmozy, most hiring managers decide if they're going to hire someone within the first 15 minutes. That's it, 15 minutes. And that's exactly where most people totally drop the ball.
So, what is that huge mistake that gets so many people disqualified in those crucial first minutes? Well, it's this: giving self-centered answers. So many candidates get hyper-focused on what they want, the salary, the benefits, the work-from-home policy, that they completely forget to talk about the one thing the company actually cares about, the value they can provide. And that brings us to the master key for this entire explainer. It's called company-centric thinking. Every single answer we're going to cover is built on this one powerful idea. You have to completely shift your mindset from what's in it for me to here's the value I can bring to you. All right, let's kick things off with how you introduce yourself. Because this isn't just a friendly hello, it's your opening sales pitch. This is the first question you will almost always hear. Tell me about yourself. Now, let me be very clear. This is not an invitation to tell them your life story. The interviewer doesn't care about your hobbies or where you grew up. What they're really saying is, give me your elevator pitch. Sell me on why you're the right person for this specific job. The key is to structure your answer like an actual pitch. Hormozy breaks it down into 3 simple steps. First, hit them with your title and a killer result. Something like, as a customer success manager, I took client retention from 10% all the way to 80%. Second, name your biggest strength, but back it up with a real achievement. And third, you connect it all directly to the job you're applying for. I saw in the description you need someone to ramp up clients quickly, and that just happens to be my specialty. See? Pitch perfect. And hey, this same logic works perfectly when they ask you to walk me through your resume. Think about it. They've already read it. So don't just list your jobs chronologically. Your job is to be a translator. Skip anything that's not relevant and highlight the key experiences, translating for them exactly how those past skills are going to solve the problems this new role is designed to fix. Okay, so you've pitched your value. Great start. Now, let's build on that. The next step is to prove that you're not just skilled, but that you actually align with the company's culture and their specific needs. Here's another absolute classic. Why do you want to work here? This question is a massive test. It's designed to see if you're company-centric or self-centric. And honestly, most candidates fail this one spectacularly. I mean, the difference here is night and day. A self-centric candidate immediately starts talking about what's in it for them. The good pay, the great benefits, the short commute. But a company-centric candidate, they show they've done their homework. They talk about the company's mission, their core values, and how this job is the perfect next step in a career path that lines up perfectly with where the company is headed. To really nail this, just use the 3 R's framework. It's super simple. First, research. When I was researching your company, I saw that your mission is all about. Second, recognition. I absolutely love that your values mention collaboration because I also. And finally, right fit. And because of that alignment, I just felt like I would be the right fit for this role. It's a simple but really powerful structure. Now, what about this one? What makes you unique? Let's just translate this, okay? What they are really asking you is, why in the world should I hire you over the other 5 really smart people I'm interviewing for this same job today? This is your chance to really stand out from the crowd. The secret weapon here is what Hormozy calls unique pairings. Think about skill sets you have that don't normally go together, but when you combine them, they create some kind of rare, incredible value. For example, maybe you're a highly creative person, but you're also freakishly organized and love spreadsheets. Or maybe you're a finance wizard who also happens to be a fantastic public speaker. That kind of unique pairing makes you way more valuable than someone who only has one of those skills. All right, let's get into the tricky stuff. The questions that are basically designed to test your character, your professionalism, and of course, your self-awareness. Yes, the dreaded weakness question. This question is a classic trap, and most people fall right into it by trying to answer with a disguised strength. You know the one, oh, I'm just a perfectionist, or I just work too hard. Let me tell you, interviewers have heard it all, and they know it's a total cop-out. The winning strategy here is what we call the honest approach. You admit a real weakness, one that isn't a deal breaker for the job, of course. And then, and this is the most important part, you explain how you actively manage it. For instance, maybe you can say you're not naturally great with public speaking, but you joined a club or took a course to improve. This shows resilience and self-awareness, not weakness. So when an employer asks this, they're basically on a red flag hunt. They want to know if the problems you had at your last job are just going to pop up again at their company. They're trying to figure out if, well, you're the problem. And whatever you do, please do not complain about your last employer. Hormozi puts it perfectly. If you ever have to start a sentence with, "I'm not trying to talk shit," you are in fact about to talk shit. It's a massive red flag and they can sense it a mile away. The strategy is actually pretty simple. You have to frame your answer positively. Don't talk about what you're running from. Talk about what you're moving towards. Focus on the new opportunities, the chance for growth, and the alignment you see in this new role that your old one just couldn't offer anymore. And finally, we've reached the end of the interview. This is the home stretch. This is where you close the deal and, yes, talk about compensation. Every single interview ends with this question, and the absolute worst answer you could possibly give is, "Nope, I'm good." Think about it. It just makes you look completely thoughtless. You want to spend the next several years of your life working here and you have zero questions? It sends a huge red flag that you're just not that interested. Instead, you need to come prepared. Ask something specific you noticed in the job description to show you were paying close attention. Ask, how would I exceed your expectations in this role? This signals you're a high performer. And my favorite, ask what the 30, 60, 90-day onboarding plan looks like. It shows you're already picturing yourself succeeding in the role. And now for the big one, salary expectations. Look, don't just guess. Don't pull a number out of thin air. You need a data-driven approach. First, you research the market rate for the role. Second, you check out what competitor companies are paying for similar jobs. And third, you present a well-researched, logical salary range. Showing you've done your homework proves you're prepared, and it positions you to earn what you're actually worth. So let's just reframe this entire process. An interview is not a test where you're being judged and picked apart. It's a sales pitch, and you are selling the most valuable product you have, your skills, your experience, and the unique value you can create. So the only question left is, are you ready to close the deal?